Hello, happy to see you. Do you remember the character, the pretty girl of King and Queen in the story? Did you arrange them in a proper sequence? Some of you have sent me the story. Wow, excellent works. Now here, some students came here, your friends. Now they are ready to narrate that story according to the hints which I had given you in the previous class. Let's watch them.
Long ago, the king and a queen lived in a palace. They had a daughter. Her name was Anna. She was very beautiful, but she was very sad because she didn't like that palace. As she was very sad, the queen offered a lot of presents to the people who made her happy. A musician came there and he played a guitar. A joker and a fairy came there. The fairy did a magical spell, and the joker tells a lot of jokes. A young man also came there, but nobody was successful. One day, a little boy came there with a cage. A lot of pets were there in the cage. A cat also inside the cage. And the girl became very happy when she saw that pet because she liked cat very much, and that boy got reward from the queen, and he and his family lived happily.
The Sad Princess. Once upon a time, there was a king and queen. They have a daughter named Jane, who was very unhappy. They lived in an enormous and enchanted castle. She was everything she wanted, but she was always in sad. The king and queen did many things for making her happy, but all in vain. They were very sad and much disappointed with the sadness of their daughter. They want to make her happy somehow. So they proclaimed that the one who makes the princess happy will be awarded by the 10,000 gold coins. This news was spread all over the country as it was a big offer. Many people come forward. First, a musician came to the palace. He played guitar in very loudly and mesmerizingly. But princess don't have any change. Then a fairy came and casted a magic spell. Everyone in the palace was wondered, but the princess did not. Then a joker came. He made so many jokes and somersaults, but it was also of no use. The princess did not laugh or even smile. One day, a young boy came to the palace. He came with his little cat. The cat was running all over the palace. The boy was hardly chasing the cat. The cat broke a big pot of milk and licked some of it. And when it heard that the boy was coming, it hid into a corner. Seeing this, the princess broke into laugh. She was very happy by seeing the little mischiefs of that cat. The king and queen was very delighted, seeing their daughter smiling. The boy was rewarded with gold coins, and princess asked the boy to give that cat to her. And then the princess lived very happily with much more joys.
Okay, how is it? Give a big hand. We heard a lot of stories. We told many stories. We made the stories too with the help of some hints. Right? Here is another story, but it is in the form of a song, a familiar song. Let's play it.
Little bunny guy is sitting കൊച്ചൻ കൊച്ചൻ യത്തീം സെറ്റും സെറ്റുമസ അത്തിലി ഇത്തിലി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടാൽ സെറ്റുമസ അച്ഛൻ കൊച്ചൻ കൊച്ചൻ യത്തീം സെറ്റും സെറ്റുമസ
Did you enjoy it well? Can you tell which is that? It's a film song. Can you tell which is that film? What? Yes, Velli Nakshatra. Right. Now here's one more story. A very interesting story. A funny story. Shall I play it? Enjoy it well.
The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pink green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are, what a beautiful pussy you are. The pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be merry, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the balm tree grows. And there in a wood a piggy stood with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring? piggy, I will. So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. And hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the
A rhythmic, a melodious song, right? Now listen, that song or that poem is there in your textbook. The Owl and the Pussycat. Look at the page number 45 in your textbook. Got it? Right. You please open it and you look at each and every line. You pause my video and play it again. Play that song again, and while it is playing, you look or go through each and every line. Right? Did you get the story from that reading, from that song? No. Okay, don't worry. I will make it easy for you. All of you look at the book once again. I'll read it, and all of you read after me. Right. The Owl and the Pussycat. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money, wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. "Oh, lovely kitty! Oh, kitty, my love! What a beautiful kitty you are! You are! What a beautiful kitty you are!" The kitty said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing! Oh, let's be married, too long we have tarried. But what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the balm tree grows, and there in a wood a piggy wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" said the piggy. "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the sand they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, they danced by the light of the moon. Okay, dear children, all of you read it once again in a loud voice. Did you read it? Now you got the poem? Got the story? Who are the characters, the main characters of the story? Yes, Pussycat and Owl. Who are the other characters? Right. Who is the poet of this poem? Who wrote this? Edward Lear. Edward Lear is an artist, illustrator, author, and the poet. He is known as the poet of the funny poems. An interesting story with and also a funny poem. He always writes as the limericks. I will tell you what is limericks later. Now listen, I will ask you some questions. That will help you to generate the story as a whole. But one thing, while I am asking the question and while I am telling the sentences, you pause my video and write its and my sentences and also the answers in a rough paper. That each and every question, while I am telling each and every question, then you write each notes in your rough book. After completing my question, you collect all these notes or the hints together and generate it as a whole story. Okay? Right. Now, where do the pussycat and owl go? They are traveling to somewhere. Where are they going? What do they carry with them? They carry the two things. What do they carry? And how do they go to that journey? How do they go? In which is it a boat or a ship? Right. Now listen. And what did the owl tell to the cat? Pussycat. What did the owl tell to the pussycat? Now, was it a love song? Right, it's a love song. What did the owl tell? Now, she was praising that cat, right? Now, after, then what do they carry to, what do they use to sing that song? Violin, guitar or harmonium? What is it? Yes, right. After listening that song, what did the cat tell to owl? Now, the cat also praised the owl. How did she praise? And what did they want to do? They were waiting for a long time. What are they waiting for? Yes, they were waiting for to marry, right? That is they want. They want to marry. And but for the marriage, they need a thing. What do they need to marry each other? What do they need it? Yes, right. Think about that answer. Now, for getting that ring, they want to go somewhere. They decided to go for a journey, or they sailed. What do you mean by sail? S-A-I-L. Going journey through the sea in a ship or boat. That is the sailing. Now they sailed. How long they sailed? How long they sailed? That is there in your textbook. Right? Now, where do they go? എവിടേക്കാണ് അവർ പോയത്? Can you tell? Yes, they went to a land. What is there in that land? Yes. Now they want to get something, that ring for the marriage. Now that ring is there in that land. Who are there in that land? Somebody is there. Who? Right. Find out this answer. Now, how much they pay for that ring? How much they pay for that ring? Yes, 1 shilling. They got it. And the very next day itself, they got married in the presence of turkey. What is turkey? It's a hen in that hill. In her presence, they got married. After the marriage, they had their food. What did they had? There are 2 things there in your textbook. Mince, quince. What are mince and quince? Quince are the pieces of fruit. And mince, we mince the meat, chicken and beef. We mince, make it pieces, small pieces. That is mince. Now they had these 2 things. And after that dinner, they were very happy. How did they enjoy themselves? After the marriage, how did they enjoy? That is also there in your textbook. They enjoyed well. They held their hands together and danced. but it is very dark at that night. How did they dance in the dark? No, that is their light. The light is there. What is that light there? That's also there in your textbook. Okay? Now, I think all of you have written all the pieces of sentences that I have told you now, and also the questions answer. You have noted it well? Right. Now you collect all these questions, answers, and the sentences I told you now. Collect all these things and generate it as a very beautiful poem. Beautiful story, a big story. How do you start the story? With a beginning. Once upon a time, or long, long ago, whatever it may be. You may use your own beginning. After that, there should be a middle part describing each and everything. And at last, there should be a conclusion or an ending. I think all of you know how to end it well. After that, they lived very happily thereafter. Like that. അങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറയാം. Okay, you make it as a very beautiful story. You may add more and more sentences, your own sentences, to make it more attractive story. Okay, right. Now here are some questions in your textbook also. Let's look at it. Here it is a task for you. Make a beautiful story from this poem. Make the beautiful story of Pussycat and the Owl from this poem and send to me. Okay? Now the second activity, that is the question and answers in your textbook, page number 46. We told this is funny poem. How does this poem become a funny thing? How does it become a funny? Can you tell? What are there in that poem? The two animals, they are going for a journey. Can the animal go for a journey? Or they carry honey and money. Can they handle honey and money? Moreover, now they are playing, the owl is playing the guitar. Can they? And moreover, they are going to marry. Can the animals marry? All these are funny things. The funny things which doesn't happen in our real life. It's imaginary. Right? Now listen, one more thing. They need a ring for the marriage. The animals need the ring for the marriage. Then they are giving shilling or money to buy that ring and then enjoy their married life. They are also funny things. And they had their dinner or the feast. Queens and means. How do they have the dinner? How did they have the dinner? Yes, with a runcible spoon. Can they use the spoon like human being? Everything is like a human being, right? And they dance together in the light of the moon. That's also just like human being. All these doesn't happen in our day, in the real life. That is the funny things I mentioned here. The poet mentioned here, right? Now let's discuss the questions behind that poem. Page number 46 in your textbook. Now listen. Here's the first question. Where did the owl and the pussycat go? The owl and the pussycat went. Where? That is, the answer is there in the first line itself. Then you may write the answer of this question in the space there. Right? Second one. What did they take with them? What did they carry with them while they are going? What is there in that boat? There are two things. What are they? You may write this also in that space given there. And the third one, how do the characters in the poem behave? In the bracket, as animals or as human beings? Who are the characters in the story? The owl and the pussycat. There are two main characters, owl and pussycat. How these characters or how do this owl and the pussycat behave? എങ്ങനെയാണ് ബിഹേവ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, പെരുമാറുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? ആസ് ആനിമൽസ്, ആനിമലായി തന്നെയാണോ? ഓർ ജസ്റ്റ് ലൈക്ക് ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീങ്സ്? മേ റൈറ്റ് ഇൻ ദിസ് സ്പേസ്. ഓക്കെ, ദിസ് യു മേ റൈറ്റ് ഹിയർ. The fourth one, what did the owl do to express his love? Now they loved each other. Then what did the owl do to express his love? Love express ചെയ്തത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? In the first stanza, the answer is there. How did the owl express his love towards the kitty? എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ളത് ഉണ്ട്. That is that he took the guitar and played it, right? Now that is the, you may write here. And one more question is there. What did the owl do to emphasize it? To emphasize it. അത് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഒന്ന് നന്നാക്കി ഒന്ന് എന്താ പറയുക, കുറച്ചുകൂടെ അട്രാക്റ്റീവായിട്ട് എങ്ങനെയാണ് അത് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്? ടു എക്സ്പ്രസ് ഹിസ് ലവ്, വല്ലാത്തൊരു ലവ് ടുവേർഡ്സ് ഹിസ് കിറ്റി, അതെങ്ങനെയാണ് എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്തതെന്നും ചോദിക്കുന്നു. എങ്ങനെയാണ് അത് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഒന്ന് നന്നാക്കി വളരെ ഭംഗിയിൽ കുറച്ചും കൂടെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? യു മേ റൈറ്റ് ഇൻ ദിസ് സ്പേസ് ഓൾസോ. Then fifth one, how long did the owl and the pussycat sail? They sailed through the sea for a long period. What is that long period? How long did they sail? എത്ര കാലം അങ്ങനെ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും? May find out from the second stanza and right here. And sixth question, where did they sail to? They sailed for a year and a day through the sea. Where are they going? What did they sail to, or where are they going to? എവിടേക്കാണ് അവർ പോകുന്നത്? Then you may write here. And one more question is there. Why? Why did they go there? They went to somewhere, a place. That is there in the second stanza. Both of them went to or sailed to the dash. What is that place? And why did they, the second question, why did they go there? Why? Why did they go there? You may write here too. And the seventh one, how much did they pay for a ring? They went there to get a ring for the marriage. Right? Now, for getting this ring, how much they paid? How much cash they paid? Now that is in the third stanza, you may write here. And the last question, that is, identify the expression which suggests that the poem has a happy ending. Now this poem is also a story. Now for a story there are three features. First of all, it is a start with a beginning. Second part, there is a middle part, an explanation part. And that last one, there is a conclusion part. With each and every story end with a conclusion part, right? Sometimes maybe a sad ending or a happy ending. Now here, how did the story ends? A happy ending? Happy ending ആണോ? അതെങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവും? If you look at the last stanza at the end of that poem, you may understand how did they end that story. ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക, ഹാപ്പി എൻഡിങ് ആയിരുന്നില്ലേ അത്? അതെങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു? അത് കൺക്ലൂഷൻ ശരിയാണോ? എങ്ങനെയാണ് അത് എൻഡ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്? ഐഡൻറ്റിഫൈ ദറ്റ് എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ. Then the sentences or the words are there in the last part of that story, in the poem. Okay, you may write that last question answer here. Okay, now let's discuss the other activities in the next class. Okay, thank you.